All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, Shawn, let's talk about this. You were at a different brokerage not too long ago, and you made the move to Real. Let's discuss why all of a sudden you would pick up and change flags.
Well, I, I've done this 34 years. I've been every brokerage in the book. I've had my own brokerage, but that was in the days before video. And also the days before all the NAR rulings, all the crazy that we're all dealing with. And the thing that spurred me to action, first of all, and I'd been kind of eyeing Real for a while, and I thought, oh, I don't want to change. It's such a hassle. I don't have time for this. And then when the NAR ruling came out, I was with a very large company, and I was in the top 50 or so of that universe. And there was no leadership. And I was hungry for some kind of advice, content, direction, something that would let me know that I was going to make it through all this crazy that we're dealing with. And I posted, it probably shouldn't have, in the company Facebook page, what are we going to do? Our leadership is MIA. Well, 15 minutes later, the top guy who owned the company called me on the phone and said, well, what do you want me to do? And I thought, I think I'm in trouble. If he's asking me, I want him to tell me what we're going to do. And somehow I must have clicked on something for Real. I started getting Sharon's content everywhere. And I thought, okay, this guy could be my leader. I need to be at a place where there are leaders. I also, because I am a little YouTuber, I wanted to be where the big content creators were. What's that saying? You'll only rise to the level of the 5 people you're hanging out with. At my brokerage, I was hanging out with awesome, amazing people, but they weren't doing what I was doing. And I was dead. There was no cooperation. There was no learning. I had nobody to strive to be or to beat. And I'm a competitive person. I want to see somebody that's way above me, and I want to chase that. And the bad news for me now is, since I came to Real, I don't sleep anymore because I'm really chasing a lot and I'm learning so much. But it was twofold. It was the leadership and the ability to learn from other creators that are so willing to share in the Real Academy. It was mind blowing. If I had known all that there was, I would have done it 3 years ago. But I had some crazy notion in my little mind that Real Broker was something that it really is not. And I made an assumption that was very false and silly. And I burned through an extra 3 years. I should have come a long time ago.
I love that. When we first talked, those were a lot of things that you told me, and so I was, you're not alone. There's a lot of agents reach out to me now or reach out, and obviously you're on here. If you ever want to reach out to Shawn and ask more questions to her, please do. So let me ask you about the model itself. When you were looking at the model, what was the most appealing thing about what we're doing at Real?
The biggest appeal to me was, and this was, I didn't know what I didn't know. If I hit a certain level, I'm going to get $16,000 worth of stock, which then offsets my fees, which are much less than that. And I was paying almost what my cap is at Real to the other brokerage, and I was getting zero. They were just holding my files in a place. And so that was a financial benefit right there on my bottom line. I'm always looking at my bottom line and what can I cancel? What can I get rid of so I could buy a tool that would enhance my business? Financially, that's a no-brainer. And so I'll have that stock sitting in my account. That's just a nice little perk of being at Real. And that, and just the easy technology, the broker support, I can send a message, they get right back to me. I can't find anything I don't like.
I love it. Now you spoke about community. You were around people that weren't doing the things that you were doing. What's some of the things that you found about the community at Real?
Well, my favorite thing is the Real Academy. And the fact that anytime, night or day, I can go in there, type in something, I want to up my Instagram game. Right now, if you go to my Instagram, please follow me, but you're gonna get, my food pictures and maybe a vacation here and there. I need to up my game there. So I type in Instagram. I'll get a whole selection of courses that I can watch at 11 o'clock at night to figure out how am I going to do this and learn from that, or any topic. I found a guy on there who's going to do Facebook ads for me. I would not have known about that if I didn't pull up that video. And it's very, very valuable to me. I like to watch things at double the speed so I can get to the content quicker. So I don't generally do the live stream type events. I watch them late when it's a recording and get all of the information in half the time. And I don't even have to drive to some title company that's doing a class. That for me is the value from that is mind blowing.
What about the technology? Because a lot of people don't understand what we have as far as the tech goes. And I think we talked about this compared to other brokerages, there really was nothing. Has the tech helped you? Because obviously we have Lofty as a CRM that plugs into our actual agent app. Have you found any benefit in those things?
I don't use Lofty just because I had already built out a really good website and I don't want to make the change. If I didn't have that site, Lofty is amazing. I've used that platform before and I paid the full price. So as a real agent, you're getting it, I don't know, $50 a month or something, which is an insane amount of value. I just like the reason back end. I can click in anytime I want and see where I'm at. Am I about to cap? What are my fees? I'm enrolled in the stock purchase program, and every closing I'm purchasing stock so I can see how much I've got, monitor where the broker is in approving my transactions. There's just so much in there and it's so easy to use. And I'm pretty techie, but I'm not 22 years old. And so the user-friendly aspect of it for me, it has been fantastic, as well as my team partner.
So what do you think your next steps are now that you're at Real? Like what do you think you're striving for next?
Oh, I'm going to hit the elite level because I want to be in some gang of cool kids. It's literally keeping me up at night. I am so, I mean, I'll personally sell the houses to get there quicker. And I don't really enjoy that as much anymore as I used to. But I'm just really excited about when I hit that level, the access I might have through events or groups with people that are at that higher level. And at my old company, we had a mastermind of those top 50 people, and they were just still talking about things like, their farm neighborhood where they were putting out pumpkins. I'm sorry, I haven't done pumpkins since literally 1992. That is so antiquated. And I'm sorry, if you're on here and you're doing pumpkins, please stop and start doing other forms of marketing. Because there's a better way that doesn't involve your 5-year-old pulling a red wagon while you put pumpkins on porches. That's not where I'm at. And so I guess if you're there, you should go to that company. But I need to be playing with the big guys and girls and learning from them just to get better as an agent, as a person, as a marketer. And that's the biggest thing that Real Broker is affording me.
Yeah, I love that. And I tell every agent that asks me about Real, well, what it's about. I'm like, look, every agent, it doesn't matter if you're doing 10 homes a year, 15 homes a year, 100 homes a year, your focus coming to Real should be to produce, right? And your focus should be hitting elite. Because with elite, you're right, you get $16,000 back in stock. But if you give back to the community, right? So once a month, you give back to Real Academy, do a class, and this is why there's so much collaboration. You get an additional $8,000 in stock. So it's $24,000 in stock. And so when you hit elite, you actually have the ability to give back to the community, right? Or you can do that throughout the time, but you get more stock back. no other company really, other than maybe one, like
Yeah.
gives you your cap back in stock. And I could tell you my very first stock award was $1.60, Shawn. You want to know what the for Elite, you want to know what the stock is today?
It's probably $6-ish. That's what it was yesterday.
Yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
a lot of stocks are down today and it's up 632. So if I
And
wanted to sell
that's
that,
that's the shame on me thing,
yeah,
that when I see that, I think, oh, if only I hadn't made those assumptions
yeah,
and thought the things that were going on in my head that I just falsely assumed. And
yeah.
it's held me back financially. It's held me back professionally for sure. And just emotionally, I feel like I have this huge network of people now that, the work hard, be kind. Everybody is kind, and
Yeah.
makes me kinder, because I'm not always nice, but it's going to hold me to a higher standard and just help me grow as a person.
Well, you're definitely sweet. So if you have questions about Real, definitely reach out to Shawn. She'd love to chat with you about it, maybe give you her experience, or if you want to talk to her about YouTube and what she's doing there,
Yeah.
definitely do that. So thank you. We'll see you the next one.